Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Every episode of Ivy Unleashed is dedicated to empowering you to take ownership of your health. And what it really comes down to is prioritizing your mental health.
We've both seen the beauty and growth that therapy can bring and are thrilled to partner with BetterHelp to allow you the opportunity to feel heard and seen by a professional. The National Alliance on Mental Health reports that 155 million people live in a designated mental health professional shortage area, and BetterHelp is working to close that gap.
I've personally used BetterHelp and loved it because it was all online, making it super convenient. The biggest piece for me was how affordable it is. I was able to choose the therapist that met my needs. I came in with wanting to work on childhood trauma and anxiety, and it was unbelievable to see how many options I had with all the different backgrounds of therapists.
With BetterHelp, you have access to a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness. And sometimes we can't see our own patterns and behaviors until we talk them out and get an unbiased perspective.
It's really nice to have someone who doesn't know you and has the professional background to help you thrive in your daily life. It has made the world of a difference with every relationship in my life, including the one with myself.
To get started, all you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire about your needs and preferences and choose your therapist out of the options they give you. You can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. Also, you can switch therapists at no additional charge until you find the right fit for you.
The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/goldivy. That's betterhelp.com/goldivy.
Take the first step to inner peace and freedom today. And now to this episode of the Ivy Unleashed podcast. We are Gold Ivy.
Our mission is to empower you to own and unleash your truth.
Stories of resiliency are gold, and ivy grows in hard places.
Those hard places are what creates space for light to shine through.
You decide what works for your daily life and how to transform our lessons into your gold.
This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production.
Welcome back to the last episode of season 4 of the Ivy Unleashed podcast. It's a special episode.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Season 4. I keep thinking, wow, it's been 4 years, 4 seasons of pouring our heart and soul into getting these episodes out and sharing these stories and sharing these life-changing tips. And what an honor. Like sitting in these chairs, the uncomfortable ones.
Thank God we got an upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
It is such an honor. And it especially after Brianna Day's episode, I really feel like it's such a privilege when people share the most vulnerable moments of their life with us and allow us to ask them anything. Like almost everybody that comes on the podcast, we always ask before we get started, is anything off the table? Like, is there anything you don't want to talk about?
I don't think we've ever...
Nobody has ever said, don't ask me this.
I said, I'll talk about lawsuits. I'll talk about divorce.
Yes.
Death. Yeah. A lot of vulnerability.
And we always give people too, like, you know, if we ask you something, you can just say, nope, don't ask me that. And that's never happened. Pretty wild.
So you're welcome to everyone listening. You're getting the real, the raw, the juice.
Yes.
You're getting a lot. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
You listener, you come back each week. You catch up if you don't come back each week. And we couldn't do this without you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for telling us what you want to hear more of. You know, inspiring stories are a jam and what you love. And so the fact that that resonates is amazing.
Yeah, we want to thank you for sharing too with your friends and family, because with us, like a big thing is like, we're not gatekeeping. The things that we've learned in our life, we want to share with everyone. We want to help everyone. And we love that you're doing that too. When you share an episode with a friend, with a family member, of someone's story of vulnerability, even if it's just
a quote from it
encouraging
too.
Vulnerability. Like it's so interesting what resonates with you might be something different that resonates with them, but just sharing is really powerful, not just to get these messages out, but also just for your people to know, like, oh, I thought of you today. I heard this and it was helpful for me. Maybe it would be for you too.
Yeah. And we love it when people send us ideas of guests. We've had that a lot. And we want to know who you want to hear from. What intrigues you? Because most likely it will intrigue us.
And oh my gosh, season 5 is so exciting. I mean, we're booked out for weeks, but we're always taking suggestions. We can always move things around. So like Brooke said, let us know. But we've got some big people coming, some big stories, some stories I look at the titles, I'm like, okay, gonna cry in that one. Or like, I can't wait to learn about that. It's so exciting. And I keep trying to get like a expert on to talk about EMF, and we landed a guest, and having Jessie Goldenback, she's coming back, and we've got an episode already recorded with Dan Fleischman, and it's just like, it's endless what we're going to be able to learn about and share. And I feel super honored, and I just know this is where I'm meant to be sitting, which feels really good. And we want that for you. Like Brooke and I keep thinking about, we were just on TV, and we want to talk about that too. But, not giving up on what you want. Or if you're at that place where you haven't started that pursuit of something that's been calling you, this is your permission and this is your encouragement, because, I was thinking about a podcast for a while, and I was thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. Who wants to hear from me? How am I different than anybody else? Even on TV, they said, like, there's so many fitness professionals out there. How are you different? And you are different. You are different than anybody else on the planet. And so whatever it is calling you, just take a baby step or journal about it, or just really start to seriously picture yourself doing the thing and visualize it as you slowly become that. And it's like, why not me?
Yeah.
That person is not any better than you. They just took more steps than you to get there.
They just didn't stop.
Yes.
Right? They didn't give up. And that imposter syndrome is so real. That's why this work is so important, this self-growth, the reading the books, consuming the content that makes you feel on fire and capable and worthy, because there's so much noise of, whether it's the outside noise or your own voice of who am I? But at the end of the day, what I remind myself is we get to choose what we consume. So when I do have those thoughts, I'm like, okay, who do I need to pump my head with? Most of the time it's Eric Thomas. Like I have those people that I cling to that help remind me, you are a badass. You can do this. Even if it's a simple quote of, it wouldn't be on your heart if you weren't qualified. Like the fact that you have that idea, that you can see it, you can feel it, means that it's meant for you. And how powerful is that? But then you got that chirpy, that voice on you that's, okay, all right, fine. What are you doing to combat that voice? And I think that's an ongoing battle for us. It's an ongoing dance. And it just means that we're human and we're in the fire. Like Brene Brown says, you're in the arena. And unless the people that are judging you are also in the arena, their voices don't matter. And I also think that comes from that voice inside of you that's scared, right? That fear. So what does that self-talk look like? And we want to dive into that today, because whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a mom, you're in corporate America, you have that voice. You have that, what the hell am I doing?
And I think what stops people too is thinking, oh my gosh, that'd be so much work, and something that Brooke and I talk about a lot. We were actually talking about this right before we started with our approach to chasing our dreams is avoiding burnout along the way. Where a lot of people that we follow, they have health conditions because yes, they pushed and they're making all kinds of money and they got success really fast, but they can't enjoy the journey. They are not getting sleep. They're eating like crap. They're drinking too much, or whatever they have to do to like survive while they're pushing so hard. And what Brooke and I are really trying to do is care for our health along this path of pursuing something big, of trying to make an impact. And so it's like, what can give and what do we really need to be intentional with, so that as we're doing this, we are our true selves. We can have patience and love and peace within ourselves as we're doing big things, because the to-do list is endless. When you start chasing something, you can always improve the quality of something. You can always create more business relationships, send more pitches, do more sales calls. And Brooke and I are like, what is kind of the max that we can commit to and keep our relationship solid and get sleep and get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather?
And we talk about this every day. Like, I feel like I'm constantly refining. I'm constantly telling Andrea, like, I can't keep going at this pace. What do I need to tweak? I need to be honest with you on how I'm feeling. It's like who I'm becoming as we're reaching for, I don't even want to say success, because I was on Dr. Jill's podcast yesterday, and it was a really beautiful opportunity to process. Like I think anytime you go on a podcast and you're telling your story and you're telling about how you're doing things, you're like having these aha moments, excuse me, as you speak. And I'm like, I define what success is. What is success to me? And right now in this season of life, it's feeling at peace and it's feeling fulfilled.
Yeah.
And that to-do list doesn't really have anything to do with those things.
Yeah.
You know, what has to do with those things is, am I having the courage to respect my boundaries and actually enforce the boundaries? Because it's easy to be like, I don't want to work past 6. I don't want to work on the weekends. But then when the opportunity comes in, oh, that would be a really great opportunity to connect with so-and-so, or where could this lead us in this connection? But if it's at the expense of my health, it's not worth it. And all these stars that we're talking about are these people in personal development that have gotten burnt out, and now they can talk about it. Now they openly say, you have to take care of your health. It's almost like what I'm realizing is I was sick, quote unquote sick, and dealing with my health when we started. And it is almost a gift of I don't have the opportunity to say I'm going to work and then get sick. It's like, no, I have to take care of myself now. Like it's a non-negotiable. It's an interesting thought.
And I think what you said is really powerful, and love that health is a part of this. Is what is success to you? Health has to be a part of it.
Yeah.
If you feel like crap as you're making a lot of money, say that's your success. Your version of success is, having a really peaceful household where you have healthy relationships. You need to be healthy in that.
I can't be rich if I'm not healthy.
Right.
Like that is so top of mind for me right now. And for anyone listening too.
The funny thing about, we keep talking about success is when we did the human design episode, the word that like my design or whatever is supposed to like be aiming for is success. And it never really felt like that was my word, or I didn't know how to embody that. And now it's making sense to me because it's like, well, I have to define what that success is. That's just a word. Like,
let's talk about it. What is that?
Meaning? Yeah.
What is that for you? This is important. If you are sick of spending money on product after product for your face, this is for you. I've spent so much time, money trying to find the perfect skincare line when really all I needed was clean ingredients and something that actually did the trick. And that's where the Golden Secret skincare line comes into play.
All right, what products are you using now that you love?
It's been a few years now of regularly using the Golden Secret's Heal All Oil, and my skin has never looked better. I spent years struggling with acne, and I'm so thankful Jessie Golden created the Heal All Oil. I use it both morning and night as my cleanser, and it's safe to say oil cleansing is where it's at. Clean and simplicity are what's most important to me, and the Heal All Oil and every Golden Secret product is just that.
I love when people share what and why they use skincare products. I finally created a habit with the combo of the Sorcerer's Stone Gua Sha tool and the Heal All Oil. I'm already seeing more definition in my jawline and cheekbones, which is so exciting. Jessie also provides tutorials on exactly how to use all her tools and products, and I'm telling everyone because I know it can be so overwhelming to start.
If you're up for trying a new skincare ritual that doesn't harm you or the environment, but instead works in harmony to awaken it, The Golden Secrets is available at thegoldensecrets.com. We're thrilled to tell you about this amazing company and give you a discount code for your future The Golden Secrets purchases.
Yes, use code GOLDIVY for 10% today, and keep watching us at Gold Ivy Health Co on all social channels as we continue sharing our results with the Golden Secrets skincare line. You can find the link and code in the show notes of this episode.
Dre, tell the people as fast as you can why Move with Gold Ivy is the last mind-body fitness program they'll ever have to buy, and how women are finally getting the transformation they're looking for.
I love a challenge. Let's go. 2 big things. 1, Move provides a fun atmosphere to work out in that actually gets you excited to show up and follow through with your goals. Not only is there an element of fun, but we've carefully curated a program that makes it as easy as possible for women to take care of themselves. And 2, a Move membership addresses every aspect of your health, mind and body. Our Move members are getting the physical transformation they've been hoping for and feeling like they've finally found the group that motivates them on a daily basis. What did I miss?
As a Move member, you receive a weekly workout plan, weekly live or Zoom workouts, an on-demand workout library, transformational quarterly reset challenges, monthly coaching calls, monthly masterminds with health experts, and a private group of motivated members for support and accountability.
It's ready for you when you're ready to boost your metabolism, confidence, and feel your absolute best. Join Move or learn more by clicking the link in the show notes, clicking the link in our bio on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or by messaging us on any social channel at Gold Ivy Health Co.
It's your time. Move for your health, move for your confidence, move for your mental clarity, move with Gold Ivy.
For me, success definitely has to do with relationships. I am a mom and a wife before anything else. And I need that to be cohesive and to be a calm, loving, consistent source of love for them. And anything else is second to that, And so it's like having a strong faith, firm foundation, having my relationships solid in my life. I think because the word success makes me think that's outside of that. It's like, no, that has to be a part of that. As I chase my dreams and as I'm learning and as I'm trying to do things in business, that has to be okay first. And so I think for me, success is, that's my purpose, is to build a business that allows me time with them and to inspire them and to build something that they can learn from too. I feel for me, success is helping people, helping women specifically feel their best and give them permission and feel empowered to take care of themselves, because I know that makes the world a better place. I know they're showing their children then you have permission also to take care of yourself and that your health is so important. If you don't do that, and I feel like women are at the forefront of that, that's my purpose. But as I'm chasing that dream and this mission with my business, it's also for my family too. And it's the success for me is the whole picture. And I think I have to put that tangibly into, success doesn't have to mean money. And that can be part of it too. I mean, you do want financial freedom. You don't want to be stressed about money. You want to pay your bills and you want to be able to go on trips. And so for me, it's kind of success has to include my health and my family and my faith.
Yeah.
Above.
It's almost like a feeling, right? It's not a benchmark.
Yes.
You feel confident and fulfilled in your relationships. You know what you need to do to feel that way. What that looks like with spending time with each kid and your husband. And it's how you're auditing how you're spending your time and your energy to get that feeling of success.
Yes.
You know what I said when Ian called me yesterday? Okay, ask me how I'm doing.
How you doing?
Healthy and rich. He said, did you just say healthy and rich? I said, yeah, you always ask me how I'm doing. I got sick of saying good. I need to get more exciting. I'm going to speak out how I want to feel. I'm calling out what I want.
So success to you of being healthy and rich?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rich in my relationships, rich in my finances, rich in my health.
Ooh.
Rich doesn't only mean money.
Yeah.
It means so many other things. So feel free to steal that, y'all. It's kind of fun. It just lightens the mood and it gives out a good energy vibration.
Also, it switches up the conversation because you're going to say good and it means nothing. What does that even mean?
There's this video of, I don't know who it is. It's some star and she's getting interviewed on the red carpet and they're like, how you doing? I'm successful. How are you? Oh no, I want to know who that is. It's fun.
I can see her face.
Yeah.
What is her name?
So what does successful mean to you? You, the listener, listening right now, you get to define that. And I think there's something so powerful in what is that for me? You get very clear on that. And then you create the life that emulates that. Mm-hmm. What do I need in my day and my week to feel healthy and rich?
And for me in this business, a big goal of ours has been to elevate our voice, amplify our platform. And we were just on Twin Cities Live, and we've been trying to get on that show for a while because it's in our community. Mm-hmm. We love the show. We love the hosts. And it finally happened, and it was so surreal. I keep thinking back, this was just a couple of days when we were recording this ago, and while we're in the midst of it, it's kind of like, the only way I can compare it's kind of like your wedding day when you plan so much for, you hope it goes well. You think about the weather, the people, or whatever you're thinking about. And then the day comes and then you're in the dream, right? And I kind of felt that way as we were in it. I almost felt like I couldn't, I don't know. Did you think I was quiet? I felt like I couldn't speak in the midst of it. I kept like looking at you and Justin and feeling like so happy, but I felt like I couldn't say anything. And then even as we were leaving, I felt really quiet because it felt so surreal.
Yeah.
That the experience was happening in real time. And I was just trying to be really present and
you're acknowledging that you're in the memory. Like you're in the moment of what you dreamt for and wished for. I think about that as I'm teaching yoga. I'm like, I literally prayed for this. Like, be careful what you wish for because your mind is so powerful. When you set your intention and you're like, all right, universe, this is what I want. Show me. Lead me the way, and it happens, and then you sit in that. And I think it's so important to sit in that of, yes, like I can do this. I did this. I'm meant for this. Because you're showing your body this is good. I want more of this.
Yes. But when I hear people say what you're saying right now, I get so annoyed because I'm like, oh, easy for you to say, okay, yeah, careful what you wish for and it can happen. But we worked our butt off for these things. Like for you to be teaching yoga means hours and hours and hours of training and getting up early and doing Zoom workouts and refining your practice and coming up with designing these workouts. Like you didn't give up and you decided and you keep learning and you keep pushing yourself. And I feel like sometimes when I hear people be like, you think about it and then eventually you'll be in the dream. It's like, okay, you're annoying and like, that'll never happen for me. But it's like, you think about it, you decide, and then you don't give up. Like
you work your ass off.
Yeah.
Your ass off, literally.
And
but you keep taking care of yourself.
Yeah. And for us being on TV, I cannot tell you how many pitches I've sent to so many TV stations. And the most pitches I've sent have been to Twin Cities Live because that's really what we wanted. And so it's just like it's just to say like, don't give up and trust that you have everything you need inside you and keep refining yourself and keep building yourself and keep elevating yourself, knowing that I am meant to do this. I am qualified. Like you said, if you've thought about it, you're qualified for it. And then keep working on your craft until there's a yes. And you might not know what the yes means. Is it going to be on TV? I don't know. Is it going to be a book deal? Who knows? Is it going to be being a mom? Whatever the thing is, it's continually understanding that I've got to keep showing up for myself. The more I pour into learning about the thing, getting rest, elevating my vibe, doing the things that light me up, you're going to attract what you want. You'll get to that level of a new station saying, oh, I like their energy. I see that they do this a lot. I see they lead a ton of workouts for years. And it's just trusting it will pay off in some way and not giving up. And that's tricky. It's hard because you get tired.
But what you're saying, and everyone listening, I want to make sure you hear this. That is why when you are in that moment, when you're having that realization of, holy shit, this is what I wanted, this is what I wished for, this is what I worked for, you celebrate it because you did work so hard. Like, it's not just poof, it happened. You celebrate it because, holy shit, I put in the work and it paid off. And you're reaping the benefit. Like, I think the celebration of it is like the accumulation of all of this hard work of like, this is what it was for. Yes, I'm doing it. And then you get back up tomorrow and you keep doing it. And you pace yourself.
Yeah. And I think giving you the inside scoop, like Brooke and I have had doubts. We have felt discouraged. We have felt tired. We have had really off weeks. We've had to communicate with each other on like, there's so many moving pieces to business. And so I feel like that's why we love the podcast too, is we can show up honestly and say, that wasn't easy for that to happen. And you get to see the highlight reel, but you know, it's like, should I even be sending these? Is anybody even opening these emails? Is anybody
Hello?
Hearing? Yes. And all of a sudden it's like, hey, you guys are awesome. Come on the show. It's like, what? Okay.
And it's just like so easy. And you're like, what? Like, okay. But it's not easy, right? Because you have all of these hours of work that you put in and you pray and you trust. And I think that's why having support is huge. Having faith, right? How are you building that faith muscle with going back to what you're consuming, the media and the books, what are you pumping your brain with? Because it is so easy to say, this isn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So reminding yourself of why do you want this? And that we do get one opportunity. How do I want to live this way? And if I am working myself to the bone, I constantly remind myself, like, no, this isn't how I want to live. Like, just like I don't want to live sick. And that really helped me not give up on my health. It's the same thing now of, okay, I don't want to work all of these hours if it's at the expense of my health.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I work towards things that inspire me and light me up and that don't feel like work? Because there is a difference between I'm working so many hours and I'm burnt out to I'm working so many hours, but it's on things that fulfill me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that in your body. Is it expansive energy? Does it feel contractive when you're doing those things? And unless you feel good and you're tapped into your body, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the slowing down, having those practices of meditating, of slow mornings, so you can hear yourself think, and also those body cues that you're getting, those symptoms. For a while, these symptoms were, what the heck is wrong with me? And now it's, what are you trying to tell me? Okay, maybe coffee, 5 cups isn't the answer, right? So as you're on this journey, whether it's momhood, be an entrepreneur, whatever you are in your life, you have to be able to hear yourself, your body and your mind.
You're making me think about, like for me, thinking about health right now with my hormones is, I'm starting to take these supplements and I do want to hear my body more and notice, is this going well? What are my symptoms? Like I lost so much hair yesterday. It like scared me. And it's like these things we notice with our health. It's a calling, right? I need to be more active. I need to be more active. I know I need to stop eating this. I know I need to stop eating this. Like we say these things over and over and over, and then we don't do something about it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like the same, starting a business, starting a health goal. It doesn't matter. It's like you're being called to fix something, shift something, change something. And in the midst of that, it's just like business. Like you need support when you chase your dreams. You need support when you're shifting something in your health. Who is saying, Brooke, how are you doing? Brooke, how are you feeling? Oh, you told me about this last week or 2 months ago. How's it going? Mm-hmm. Like, who is that in your life that's checking in on you and your health? You said you wanted to drink less. Are you drinking less? You said you wanted to drink more water. Are you, it's so simple, but these small shifts, having someone to help encourage you with your health, it's everything. And I think our listeners are at the age, especially if you're my age, where you're in your 30s, 40s, where you're starting to see with your friends, okay, we've been taking good care of ourselves or we have not. Like my friends my age are like, oh, my back hurts. And like, they're like tweaking their back out constantly and all these things. And it's like, are you moving your body? Mm-hmm. You can't avoid it anymore. You have to move. You need to strength train. Yeah. You've got to start thinking about how to take care of yourself, because people do die in their 40s of heart attacks. People do have terrible back conditions that take them out and they cannot hang out with their kids or grandkids doing active things. Mm-hmm. Like, what's calling you? Is it movement? Who's going to support you in that? And I just want to keep reminding you that we're going to be those forces that are going to uplift you to do it. We're not going to try and shame you. Sometimes I like to say these urgency things because your health is everything. Like Brooke is proof, and someone in your life that it's proof that like they didn't take care of themselves and they're gone too soon. Yeah. And so you've got to have that support and listen to that calling of making those small shifts, and then again, celebrating when you do show up for yourself in a new way, because it's not easy. Yeah. And celebrating the people around you, right? Like if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you're taking care of yourself. That is important to you. Maybe you do need to make some changes, but you recognize that it's important. We all have those people in our life that we're like, I wish you took better care of yourself. I love you. I want you to stay around. And so how can you uplift them and just celebrate them when they do take care of themselves? Like don't shame them, but you are an example to them of, I'm taking care of myself. I'm getting better energy. It feels good to feel good. And the better you feel, you radiate that. You encourage and you invite other people to take care of themselves as well. So just know that by you taking care of yourself, it's not only you that you're uplifting and changing. That's such a good point. I'm reading the book I mentioned a couple episodes ago about alcohol. And she it's all these epiphanies about, alcohol. But her biggest piece of advice is it's not your job to share this with other people to make them stop drinking. By you recognizing how good you feel and doing this, you're going to inspire other people to shift their health in a way that, and you don't know what that might be, but having grace and space for people that it is their journey. You can't, we're health coaches. We can't make anybody want it for themselves to be healthier. But exactly what Brooke's saying, by you deciding that I'm going to take a little bit better care of myself, people will see that. They'll see how good you feel, and then they'll emulate it. It's you can't hear it enough that you are the example for the people that you love. If you really want them to make a change, be the change.
Amen, sister. And if you do need help, you do need support, you know where to find us. You're not alone in this. If you want to bring a friend into Move, both of you come join us virtually, in person. Just knowing that you're not alone and you don't have to do this alone, even if it's a simple question. We are in our DMs every day.
Yes.
We want to talk to you. We want to help, even if it's just tell us what's going good. What is working for you. Just know you're not alone.
Yeah. And if you're new here, this is kind of random that you're at the season finale, but if you're new here, Move, we have a virtual workout wellness platform. So there's the workouts, but the wellness piece is both mind and body. So there's a workout library of all kinds of workouts, basic or beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So any level, come on in. But besides that, we have health and wellness experts on, we call golden hours, where they talk about different wellness topics. And if you're in Move, you get to decide, I want to hear more about this topic. It's not in the golden hours. Let's do that. And then we have all kinds of resources. So if you want training plans, recipes, gut tips for how to have a healthier gut. So many resources, and we're always adding to this too. It's available for you. And if you're listening to this, we want to give you a discount. So in the DMs, Brooke's talking about, choose the message, just say, hey, I want more information on Move, or send me the link. I'm ready. We'll send it to you.
Great point.
One more thing though, we didn't talk about the experience. I'm curious for you with being on TV, because a lot of people have questions about what was it like, and how long were you there, and how did this actually go down? And so what were your top 3 takeaways of being on TV?
I was born for this. No, just kidding. Top 3 takeaways. One was that it's not that serious. They were so welcoming. It was very laid back. It was great energy. It made me feel at home. It made me feel like I could be myself, and that was huge. And so kudos to you, Twin Cities Live. That was wonderful. 2, I would say what surprised me was my nerves. I was nervous when we first got there, but leading up to it, I had this sense of this is where you're supposed to be. There, you can't plan for this. You can speak from your heart. You can do this in your sleep. You're just talking about how you want to serve and help and what you love. And so I would say how calm I was surprised me up until right before, obviously, because then you're like, holy shit, this is real.
The lights are on, the cameras are on.
Yeah. So how calm it was, how calm I was. And then 3rd, what surprised me the most, I would just say how cool everyone was. Everyone was so sweet and went out of their way to introduce themselves in between segments. When there was commercial breaks, we got to meet all the hosts, and they were just so welcoming. Our producer, Betsy, it was just fun. Everyone was so cool, and it was fun, and I can't wait to be back. How about you?
Yeah, mine are very similar. Just technical things that surprised me was how you didn't actually have to be quiet behind the cameras. Some of the other producers that were there were laughing or talking loud. And when we first got there, we were shh. We were thinking we had to be so quiet, and you don't.
Yeah.
It's just the mics that pick up from the camera. That was surprising to me, because I was trying to tiptoe in that place.
Yeah.
And they're come over and watch. You can sit behind the cameras and watch. And that was so fun. And like you said too, it was so relaxed. They flubbed their words. Ben made a mistake and totally dumped out water from a vase. And it was like,
you're human.
It added to the warmth of the show. And it's like how it was a good lesson as a host too of our podcast of when you mess up, like who cares?
Yeah.
And when I listen to other people's podcasts and they don't edit out the mess ups, I'm like, oh, that's funny how they couldn't figure out what that word is, or they made fun of each other. Or
it just shows you're human.
Yes.
Like it connects us more.
Mm-hmm. And as far as myself, I was surprised at how present I was able to be. I kept like breathing and like taking in the moment. But like when we were on camera, I hardly even remember what I said. Like it went so fast, and I was just trying to be present, but with like the lights and the camera, I feel like when I watched it back, I'm like, I didn't even realize I said that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that sounded better than I thought. Okay, good.
Except for they asked me how many states I did, and I started saying 62 instead of 26. But, again,
foreshadowing.
It actually messing up, it got me to like relax.
Yes.
It's like we're just having a conversation.
Yeah. Like you're on live TV. Who knows what the hell is going to come out of your mouth? Yeah. And that's kind of fun. If you can view it as fun of like, holy shit, I'm here. I'm on live TV.
Yeah. And then it was over, and then it was really cute. My neighborhood had a little surprise for Brooke and I back. They like had all the kids, and parents came over with their kids to our friend Sarah's house. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
And they watched it, and then they had some food and drinks and just celebrated us. And it's so sweet to have that support. And it was funny too. Brooke and I are like walking through this house, and the little kids just looked at us differently. They were like, wait, you were on TV? You were just on TV. How are you here right now? It was like, it blew their mind. That was so cute. And so it was a really cool experience. And we're just so grateful. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. And yeah, like Brooke said, hopefully we get to go back because that was really fun.
Yeah. So if you want us on your TV network,
yes,
you can message me, Brooke at goldivyhealthco.com. I'll respond within the next 5 minutes. No, just kidding. Yeah. Well, thank you to everyone listening. We have loved this season so much. All of our guests. It has been a dream. We can't wait for next season. We love you all so much, and we know that we will hear from you in the DMs outside of this podcast. So it's not a goodbye. No. It's just we'll see you back for season 5, baby.
Oh, we cannot wait. Season 5. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. And Brooke and I just want to hit home to not give up on yourself, on your goals, on your dreams, sharing ours. It's so fun. It's exciting, and it's a journey, and we're letting you in on it. And we just really hope that you are pursuing what you love and what lights you up. That's the whole reason we're doing this, is that you see an example of how messy it can be, but we keep going, and we hope that you do the exact same.
Yeah. So, as always, we will leave you with a quote. Mm-hmm. Today's piece of gold is from, we think maybe Hannibal Lecter, but just pretend it's not, because it's a good quote.
Yeah, it's from Hannibal. Oh, here's the no. Yeah, it just says Hannibal. Should we know who Hannibal is?
I don't know.
I think we should.
Comment below.
I think it's like a history figure.
So probably not Hannibal Lecter.
I know, we just keep thinking of Hannibal
But it
Lecter.
is Halloween.
Oh, girl. Okay, your piece of gold. We will either find a way or make one. This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. We want to thank you and encourage you to celebrate yourself for taking the time to learn and get inspired in your one beautiful life. And if this podcast means something to you, it would mean so much to us if you'd be willing to take 30 seconds to help support our mission to keep bringing you inspiring stories and guests.
First, following the podcast is important because it helps you never miss an episode. To do this, just go to the Ivy Unleashed podcast show page on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow.
While you're there, if you'd be so kind to give us a 5-star rating and review and share your favorite episode with a friend, we'd be so grateful for your support.
We are thrilled you're here and are so happy that you're taking time to prioritize your wellness, self-discovery, and growth with us.